Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing great. In this video, we're going to build a basic traffic light system using Arduino. It's a perfect project for absolute beginners because it teaches you how to control multiple outputs with a simple delay-based logic. So here's what you'll need. LEDs, red, yellow, green, and resistors matching the number of LEDs. You'll need jumper wires, a breadboard, and an Arduino Uno. Alright, first let's connect the red light into the breadboard. We have two terminals. Both of these should go into separate rows. The longer one is the anode and the shorter one is the cathode. The shorter wire, the shorter terminal must be connected to the negative of the breadboard. I'll connect it to the negative rail in the breadboard. And the positive, I'll connect it to the Arduino's digital 2 pin. Next, we'll insert the yellow LED into the breadboard. Connect the negative of the Arduino, that is ground, to the negative of the LED using a resistor. And then the positive, that is the anode, to digital pin 3 in the Arduino. Now similarly, the green LED, connect the cathode to the negative of the breadboard and connect the anode to digital pin 4. And that's it. The breadboard is ready. Now we need to give power to the breadboard terminals, breadboard lines, and we do this by connecting the ground to the negative line and the 5 volts to the positive line. In this project, however, we will not use the positive row as all the LEDs positive is connected to the digital pins and not the positive of the Arduino. Coming to the software or coding part, first thing what we'll do is we'll define the pin numbers. So what we do is hash define red 2. The reason I'm doing this is that I'm just telling the Arduino that wherever I use red, just substitute it with 2. The reason I did this, I'll show you later. Then we'll also write define yellow 3. Make sure that whatever number you are putting beside the yellow or red, the color, that must be the pin which you connected the LED to. For example, define red 2. I connected the LED red, that is red LED, to pin number 2 on the Arduino, and yellow I connected it to pin number 3. Similarly, hash define green is pin number 4, so I define it as 4. Once you have done this, you'll come to the setup. Here we'll need to mention the mode, that is output or input of each LED. So we use pin mode, a basic function setup, and red output. So what this does is that it tells the Arduino that red, that is pin 2, is an output pin. Because LEDs are output devices, we write output. If we use something else like a microphone is analog, or if we use some other device that is an input device, then we write input here. You can also write 2 here but I did not write 2 because I already defined red as 2, and it would be really hectic to remember all the pin numbers of each component. It isn't a problem in this scenario as we only have 3 LEDs, but when we are dealing with bigger projects and multiple other components, then it would be really confusing to remember all the pin numbers. So I just write red. Similarly, I'll write pin mode for yellow and define it as an output, and for green as well. And then coming to the loop part, here we need to make sure first things first, the LED, that is red LED, should turn on. So we write digital write, which is the most common function when dealing with LEDs, and we write red, that is pin 2, as high. We're turning red on. You can also write 2 as high, and I'm just writing red as high, and then we'll wait for 5 seconds, that is 500 milliseconds, and then turn red off again. Now what we've done here is red is turned on high, it waits 5 seconds and then turns it off again. Now as we turn off red, we also need to turn on yellow. So we use digital write yellow high, and we'll wait for 1 second, that is 1000 milliseconds. It should be a comma. Now again we turn the yellow off, digital write yellow low. So we have done the first 2 parts where we turned on high, we turn red on high, red low, then yellow high, yellow low. Make sure the spellings of the variables are same, and then now we need to turn on green, digital write green high, and I'll wait for 3 seconds, 3000 milliseconds, and I'll turn it off again. So this part, that is the loop, firstly we turn red on high, then we waited for 5 seconds and we turn red low, that is we turn red off, and then while we turn red off, we turn yellow on and waited for another second and turned yellow off again. And when we turn yellow off, we need to turn green on, and then I waited for 3000 milliseconds, that is 3 seconds, and turn green off again. This is a loop, so it comes back up again, and you can see digital write red high again. So it works like a real life traffic simulator. We'll compile the program. Okay, I'm sorry. So there's an error here. It says digital write. Make sure the spellings are correct, and then I upload the program. So the error here is that we have to select the COM. For this, we'll connect the Arduino first. And then select the port. We'll upload it again. So now you can see the red is on for 5 seconds, yellow for 1 second, and the green for 3 seconds. It loops. And that's it. You just created your own traffic light system using Arduino. This simple project helps you understand how to control multiple components and use delays.